All right, coming up next, it's one of a kind. Hong Kong is all set for its first warehouse converted hotel. We'll get you a sneak peek that comes your way up ahead on Squawk Box. Hong Kong is bracing for its first New York-style warehouse converted hotel. This will be launched at Wong Chuk Hong Road this week, and the 162-room property is a centerpiece of Ovolo Hotels, which is a privately operated business group, and it features restaurants, it features lounges. You also got a rooftop bar, along with an arts and event space. So to talk about conversion, loft-style living, finally coming to Hong Kong with the founder, CEO of Ovolo Hotels, joining us, Girish Jhunjhnuwala is on Squawk this morning. Wow, so we've been waiting a long time for loft living here in Hong Kong because it's not the same as New York. You don't have lofts across the city, but I guess that you can only find it further out from the CBD, right, in Wong Chuk Hong?
That's right. Well, Wong Chuk Hong is not that far from Central. It's about 10 minutes away. And once the MTR starts, it'll be about 6 minutes.
10 minutes away by cab?
Well,
I mean,
10 to 15 minutes, depends what time of the day you go.
Yeah.
4:30 in the morning.
I was going to say, you know, at 6 p.m., it takes
once
35
the MTR
minutes.
starts, it'll be 6 minutes, so we're looking forward to that opening soon.
Isn't part of the, you know, and I've watched the hotel scene, the hospitality scene, mushroom with great interest. You know, you've got boutique hotels which have opened up in Sheung Wan, you know, in the western fringes of Hong Kong Island, Butterfly Hotel, you know, there's Best Westerns which have opened as well. Isn't Wong Chuk Hong pushing it a little bit? Isn't it pushing the envelope a little bit though? Because one of the things about Hong Kong is people love to go down and be in the thick of the action, not have to worry about, you know, transiting to the hot spots.
Yeah, well, there's a lot happening in Wong Chuk Hong, the Southside. We believe that the Southside would be the answer to New York's meatpacking district or London Shoreditch. So you have a lot going on. You've got 24 art galleries now that have popped up you know, in just the last couple of years. So this is really for a place where people need more space, a little bit more affordable rent. You've got chef-turned entrepreneurs who have opened up private kitchens and restaurants. So a lot of happening there.
That's right. And Lane Crawford,
That's
Joyce,
right.
the
They
Joyce
moved their
Company
headquarters there.
And so they have a lot of fashion parties around that area as well. So it is hip, but you're pushing it really far out, isn't there? I mean, we still don't have a direct MTR link up yet. I mean, I know that's coming, but it's still a few years away.
Right. Well, having Ocean Park nearby as well, you've got 7 million visitors that visit Ocean Park every year. And they managed to do that without the MTR. So that's a...
Is that what you're going after, though? I mean, you're going after the mainland Ocean Park family visitor as opposed to the business traveler? How are you segmenting?
Well, we're going to target both the business and the leisure travelers. With the leisure travelers, of course, you have the Ocean Park, you've got the Aperture shopping, you've got the art. And of course, with the business, you've got all these commercial buildings that are coming up now. And it's really for people who are looking for something that's different from a traditional cookie-cut hotel design.
Did you buy this property or did you lease it?
We bought it.
You bought it. Do you mind if I ask how much you bought it for?
We bought it in 2008 for 110 million.
Okay, and this was a
Hong Kong? Is that Hong Kong? Okay.
Yes.
That's pricey.
110 million Hong Kong?
Yes.
So
back in 2008.
13 million US for 160...
2 rooms, yeah. But of course, we put in a lot of money to renovate it. It was purely a warehouse building. So we've put in about $200 million to make it into a hotel to what it is today.
How much is it worth now? It must be worth more than that.
No idea. I think I should ask my bank.
You should ask some appraisals, get some appraisals on that building, because if you're going to shell out that much money, you should be getting something back. Can I talk to you about occupancy across the rest of the Ovolo Hotels group? How is it doing this year?
So far, so good. We're in the high 80s, 85-90% in most of our properties. We hope Southside will ramp up eventually to the same around 85 to 90% mark.
This project is interesting in the sense that it started out as a warehouse, and then you got the licensure, you got the approval to actually convert it into a hotel. This is something that's been talked about in Hong Kong for ages, about mobilizing disused, unused, surplus industrial properties for residential purposes to solve this perceived shortage that we have in Hong Kong. I mean, was this Was this a big deal to the government? Was this sort of a litmus test, sort of a guinea pig experiment along those lines?
Well, I think they had to do something along the Wong Chuk Hang area. You've got so many industrial buildings that are really now being occupied by many as lofts to stay at. But I think they had to do something more to revitalize some of the older industrial buildings. And that's what they've done. This was announced about 3 or 4 years ago when they said they will, if you convert old industrial buildings over 25 years old, they would give a waiver in the land premium for the conversion.
So there are some benefits, some subsidies from the government. Can I just ask you about contingency plans for Occupy Central, since I assume people will need hotel rooms in case their workers can't leave the essential business district because of the protesters streaming in. Have you seen a bump up in hotel occupancy in the last few days?
Not yet. Well, maybe we should open Ovolo Southside sooner.
Yeah, well, that's interesting, because I feel like we need to make some contingency plans, right?
Yeah, why don't we relocate our studio to Wong Chuk Hang for
Yeah, let's do that.
Sure, we'll try and give you some
Into the
space there.
lofts.
We can do that, yeah. Nice tall ceilings as well. Girish, good to see you.
Good to see
All
you.
right, best of luck.
Thank you.
Soft opening this week, right?
That's right.
Okay, best of luck with that, Girish.
Thank you.